Hi there, soulful spirits. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, it is December 31st of this wonderful 2020 year. I'm happy to be here again and just so happy. Oh, I just want to see what's Facebook's telling me here. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, Linda Roberts here, and good evening, and Happy New Year's Eve for all of you soulful spirits. So, gosh, it's good. Oh, hi, Sue. Good. Glad you and Greg are both here. So, I just wanted to give, hi, Rhonda. I want to give a shout out to those, some of you who are here, to some of those who have gone through my animal communication course this year. I offered it twice this year, and I once in the spring and once in the fall. And I was just amazed at the level of progress and the abilities, the intuitive abilities that you all developed and honed, and how successful you were in connecting with the animals. So I'm going to talk more about that in the month of January, but I am just so happy for you that you're able to talk with the animals. It's a wonderful thing to do, and we all have that ability, and you guys honed in on it, and you're trusting yourselves, you're eliminating the doubt, and you're getting these accurate messages. We get together in a Zoom on a weekly basis, and we communicate with the one or two animals, and the consistency of the messages that people would get was just phenomenal, and it's so rewarding as an instructor and mentor to see that in people who are wanting this ability, and I know it's so rewarding for those of you who are just dying to know what's going on with my animal. I got to know, how are they feeling, what are they doing. So I just want to give a shout out to all of the students that I was able to mentor this year, and I hope you continue with the practice moving forward. And so I do offer that digital course twice a year in the month of March, my birthday month, and in the month of September, another favorite month of mine. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in learning animal communication. But needless to say, I want to go ahead. Oh, thanks, Sue. Sue is saying it's the best class, so much learning and fun. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you in my life. And so I want to get to the forecast for this year. 2020, hindsight 2020, right? That saying came true in so many ways before we even knew it and realized it. I've often kind of half-heartedly tongue-in-cheek joked with some of the intuitives that I hang out with. And I said, I wonder if the Mayans were a little bit off with their calculations, that 2012 was going to be the end of the world. I'm wondering if it was maybe miscalculated and it was 2020, that things were really going to change in 2020 and things were not ever going to be the same. And I think that is maybe accurate because we certainly cannot go back to the way we were, nor do we want to. We want to continue to grow and learn and move forward with so many things in our lives. So this evening I want to give you a forecast, and so what I've done is I tapped into a couple of different things. I tapped into the guides that I work with that work for large communities, so the world at large, if you will. And so, and then we filtered it down, and I used, the next method I did was I used a deck of cards that actually I received as a gift for Christmas, and it is a 64 card deck, which is really big, and it's called Mystical Shaman. And so this is the deck that I'm working off of. So in pure shaman fashion, I worked with the 4 directions, the medicine wheel that we work with. And so how I did the reading and the card pull was I asked those spirits that are around to help and guide us through many things in our lives that they come forward and they help to influence the cards that I pulled and then the layout that I did for the card pull. I pulled 4 cards for each direction, north, south, east, and west, okay? So if you're not familiar with the medicine wheel, I'm just giving you a little bit of insight about that. And so each direction has a correlation to a season. So I'm going to talk about the seasons for all of us. And I've got some really beautiful messages coming forward, so stay tuned for that. So I'm going to go by seasons. So I'm going to go 4 seasons, and then I'm going to pull 1 card from another deck for each horoscope sign. So if you're an Aries or a Capricorn or a Sagittarius, I'm going to pull 1 card for each of that, for each sign, so that you can take that into the new year for you. And that's just going to be a reminder for you to embrace whatever that card message may be. So, all right, I'm going to get started. So with this, I've got my notes over here, so I am going to be reading off of them. So I'm going to start in the winter because that's where we are. We're in the winter months, and part of this can overlap into the winter at the end of 2021. But for the most part, we are in the northern hemisphere. We're entering the winter phase of our life and of our seasons. So I will start with the winter. So the way that this wheel is working out is we're going to do the north. So that's the winter. So that's at the top. And this is about the wisdom that you need. Okay, so winter is, this is what you need to obtain. This is what you need to bring into you. So it's talking about the sacrifice. And I know sometimes that word has a negative connotation to it, but let me just explain. So the winter is about sacrifice. It can be defined as to make sacred. It's an offering of gratitude made from the heart. Offer a song, a beautiful creation of art that you've done, a dance. Offer to Spirit that which is most precious to you. I'm not saying offer your offspring or your animals or anything like that. That is going to be detrimental to the life force energy of another being. But something that you have created and something that you hold dear. It could be a drawing, a painting, a sketch, a piece of clay that you molded. Offer that to Spirit. It's an offering through the heart. Your offering will be returned tenfold. Do not cling to the old. Offer up what you cherish. So if you cherish, let's say if you cherish, okay, let's just say money. If you cherish money, maybe you want to offer it. Maybe you want to donate money, and it's going to come back to you tenfold. Okay, or maybe you want to donate your skill or expertise in carpentry. Offer that up to someone, and it's going to come back to you tenfold. So this is a way for us to remember the cycle of things by the give and take that happens with the universal laws. Do not cling to the old. Offer up what you cherish. So don't hold on to your precious gifts. Send them out into the world. Send them out. If you're intuitive like me, do some free things intuitively, like a reading like today, to help others. Offer it up, and it's going to come back to you tenfold. It truly, truly does. Now is the time to redirect yourself to your journey. You open the doors to infinite wealth. So give your skills, give your expertise, and it's going to come back tenfold. That is the message for this winter, and that is the wisdom that we need to remember. So yes, we are going to maybe focus a little bit more of that in the winter months of 2021, but hopefully you don't stop in the other seasons. Hopefully you start with a good positive roll of that and you continue to give and watch it come back to you tenfold. Okay. The next season we go into is spring, and that is in the medicine wheel that is facing east. So that is your possible destiny. I loved this. When I pulled this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. The card pull I received was the Tree of Life. So fabulous. So your possible destiny. Now this tree has many layers to it. Let me describe this to you. To find health and balance in your life, reflect on how you dance with your actions, thoughts, and feelings. So reflect, go inward, connect with yourself, connect with your heart and your soul. If thinking too much or in a fantasy daydream, connect more with your roots in your physical body. So the message is to not stay in the cerebral, not go into the thinking logical brain, but connect not only to your soul, but also to your body. If you're ungrounded, if you're daydreaming and fantasizing, that's not going to help you entirely either. It's a balance act, right? It's a balance between some of that daydreaming and some of the logic and reasoning. Daydream, logic, reasoning. Balance that. Balance it. Balance it. So if you're caught in a mechanical way, or if you're feeling stuck, unable to imagine a better life, open yourself up to be inspired by the heavens. So open up, maybe do a breath work, maybe do meditation or a walk in nature in the spring to open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that are coming forward. And that's some of the wisdom of the Tree of Life. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. Okay, so if you envision yourself as this beautiful tree of life, you've got these arms, which are branches. You've got the leaves, which could be, the cerebral things, all the thoughts and dreams and reasonings that you have going in the brain and in the head. But you've got to stay connected to your body, to your trunk, to your roots that keep you connected here. So don't be too dreamy, don't be too logical and reasoning, but balance between the two of those. And that's where the sweet harmony of the Tree of Life is. Remember to ask yourself if you need nutrients in your soil. Trees do not grow. If I had an acorn for an oak tree, it's not going to grow in a desert type sand, right? It needs nutrients for the soil for it to grow. So remember to nourish yourself, nourish your body, nourish your mind, nourish your spirit. So many ways to do that. If your mind, if you like to read or study art or watch a documentary, there's all kinds of things you can do. Play Sudoku or crossword games. Keep that mind focused and stimulated in the spring, but also connect with your body. So mindful movement, some yoga, some Tai Chi, taking a walk in nature, hopefully it'll be warmer, and connect with that body. So remember to balance the mind and the body. As above, so below. Ferment and nourish the soil with things that make your heart sing. Absolutely, absolutely. What dreams do you want to awaken to create a mindful destiny? So dream a little bit, okay? But balance it with the logic and the reasoning. And reflect. Reflect on how you want to blossom, the kind of fruit you want to produce, and where you want to sow your seeds. Be a conscious creator. So the spring is inviting us to be in that Tree of Life energy with the possible destiny of who we are and what we're going to create. And that makes perfect sense to me, being spring in the east is about new beginnings, right? New growth. So it seems like the spring is going to be the time for us to reflect and decide what are we going to create this year, or in our lives, what are we going to create for the next 5, 20, 30, 40 years. That's what the spring is going to hold for us. The next season that we're going to talk about is the summer. So the summer is all about the direction of the south when we look at the medicine wheel. And so the summer and the south are a fire element. And it is about letting go. As you know, fire is an element that helps to kill things, but also give them new life. When we see forest fires, yes, trees and sometimes animals are decimated in that, but the soil is rejuvenated. And so fire transforms things. So we are going to see and experience some transformation in the summer months. Hopefully it'll be positive for the entire world. But this particular quality of the summer would be about letting go. Okay, so if we have created some dreams in this tree of life in the spring, letting go in the summer months is going to be key. Hopefully we'll be letting go of our winter wear and putting on lighter weight clothing for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. But the message for the summer months is tempted by your emotions to follow the low vibes of quarreling, maybe. Put the sword away and focus on your power, your wisdom, and your beauty. You are a luminous warrior. Let go of being seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world. Intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. I'm going to repeat that because it's very powerful. Intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you feel empowered. So do the nourishing things that you know to do to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit, especially your spirit. And don't think that you are less than anyone else. Avoid comparing yourself to others. You are a beautiful being of light, just the way you are. And you get to express that to the rest of the world and show us who you are. So avoid comparing yourself to others. I think that's where some of the quarreling and some of the feeling lack of power comes from, is we compare ourselves. But when we are entirely comfortable with who we are and where we are on our life's journey, it allows us to expand and to embrace some of those ideas and concepts of I'm okay just the way I am, and I'm a work in progress, right? We all are. And so the last message that the luminous warrior has for us is, when you feel empowered, there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. So it starts with you. I say this in my classes all the time. It starts with you. If you're not in a good place, that's going to be evident to the rest of the world. Deep down, we're going to feel it, especially the empaths in your life. They're going to feel that. So if you can be in a good place, and don't get me wrong, we are not perfect. We are going to have bad days, and we're going to have good days, and that's okay. That's why we're human, to experience those highs and those lows. But to feel empowered and to feel that you are enough, that is what's going to help you, and that's what's going to launch you in the fall. Now, I do want to make note here, when I was looking at the seasons and talking with my guides and seeing what was going on, there was a black slate. It was just total dark for the fall. And I'm talking September and October. And I kept asking and I kept looking, and I'm like, what is this? It's like a black curtain. It's like I wasn't allowed to see what was going on in September or October. And so I asked clarifying questions. I said, is this for everybody, or is this just for me personally? I'm not supposed to see it. And they said, no, it's for everybody. So something is going to be revealed in September and October, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I wasn't shown what it is, but just want to let you know. Hopefully it's good things. But there was this void for September and October of this year for humans on Earth. So I just want to put that out there. Don't worry, of course. We don't know. Maybe, when I was a little kid, I used to be really bored during the day, and sometimes Let's Make a Deal was on, and so I'd always guess, oh, door number, they had the door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, and I'd be like, oh no, don't pick that one. That's not a good one. I was even intuitive back then, and knowing where the good prize was, okay? But this was totally blacked out, and I wasn't able to tap into it. So if I do get intel on that as we progress, I will certainly update all of you about that, because it's kind of got me wondering. But you know what? I'm not going to put a lot of energy to it or behind it. I'm just going to accept it and let it be. It's going to be what it's going to be. The only thing I can control is me. So just want to let you know that. But remember, the summer months are about the luminous warrior and letting go. So letting go of the old worn out thoughts that you're holding on to, or the emotions, or the regret, or the vengeance, anything that's a low vibration like that, you can let that go. Let that fire transmute it and transform it. Hello, it's almost feeding time here at my household, and my kitties are just meowing and letting me know that. Isn't that nice? So yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. So the next one is the fall. Okay, so the fall is the direction of the west. The season of fall is in the medicine wheel. It has to do with the direction of the west. The invitation for the fall is to let go of things. It's about the death and the dying process. And in a way, it does correlate to trees, like oak trees and maple trees, and that they lose their leaves. The leaves die and fall off. And so for us, it's also an invitation of letting go. And the card that was pulled is the Sorcerer. Let me explain what the Sorcerer has to say for us. The Sorcerer says you're being asked to look at your beliefs with scarcity and sense of lack. So when we hoard toilet paper or bottled water or other things, that is a scarcity belief, and it doesn't serve any of us. So examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses this power, or holds on to resentment or vengeance or lust or greed or bigotry or hatred. You want to let that go. That needs to die. That needs to be released from you. Perhaps maybe you've harmed someone with those tendencies. You're challenged to change your thinking. You want to forgive yourself if you have done that, and then you want to release that. And don't hold on to it. If you've learned that lesson, let that go. Make peace and choose a new way. Radical self-acceptance is needed now. So in the fall, we are going to have to learn to forgive ourselves. Forgive ourselves for any sort of bad thoughts we wished upon someone, or fear of lack of sense of, I don't have enough intuitive abilities to do this, or I don't have, I don't have what it takes to be, the best husband or the best wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or any of that. Let go of that. Reconcile the darker aspects of yourself. When you can look at that shadow side of you, the dark side of you, it can be a very powerful shift in your life. Come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and your deeds. Forgive yourself, make things right, and let it go. So that's what the fall has to do with for 2021, and that was again the card called the Sorcerer who makes magic happen, and actually is like an alchemist who transforms transforms and transmutes things for us. So we've got some beautiful opportunities to grow and to learn about ourselves in 2021. And I hope that you will take some of this to heart and will maybe, watch this video again and remind yourself that, I can do this. What was she saying about letting go in the summertime? What am I supposed to do? So it's shifting some of those things that we're holding on to that we may be using to define ourselves. Don't let them define you. Let them go. And then any of the qualities that you love about yourself or your skills or your talents, share those. Share those with the world. And we need that. So I hope you've enjoyed that part. Now I'm going to do the individual horoscopes for the year. So I am going to pull up my handy Oracle deck, Power Animals. Okay, so this is one of the first decks that I got about 10 years ago. It's well loved, and I enjoy working with it because goodness knows, as you know, I'm a huge animal lover. So I want to, I'm going to go through the horoscopes. Let me just check and see if everything's going on all right here. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do, all right, Aries. We're gonna start with Aries. Okay. Aries is about the elephant and resolve, having resolve, overcome any obstacles. Elephants love to move big hurdles and boundaries out of the way. So if you're an Aries, you're probably going to embrace the elephant energy this year and move some of those hurdles and obstacles out of your way. So call upon that elephant energy to do so. That's the message for Aries. Now I'm going to do Taurus. Whoa, this one is popping out. All right, Taurus, no surprise here, is salmon. Salmon is all about determination as they swim upstream to breed. You know where you are going and you will get there. All right, so Taurus, embrace that strong fish and do what you need to do this year. Next is Gemini. Gemini. Squirrel energy. Be prepared. Get prepared. Gather those nuts. Do what you need to do to get ready for your life. Get ready for big changes, Gemini. That's what squirrel's all about. A lot of these are having to do with change. So this is really fascinating. We certainly have had a lot of change this year, and I know it's probably going to continue, hopefully in a little bit smaller dose in 2021. So this is very interesting. And then the next is Cancer. Cancer is beaver. So beaver is all about productivity. Go ahead and just do it, Cancer. Go ahead. Don't overthink it. Just do it. So maybe plan a little bit. Don't be too dreamy, but do it. And then Leo. Okay. Leo, it's your turn to purify your life. So for 2021, Leo is the frog energy. Frog is about purification and clear out the clutter. So Leo, if you need to look inward to get rid of some of your emotional clutter, do that. If you need to clean up your workspace or your home space, get rid of the clutter there. Leo, it's all about decluttering and purifying your life this year. All right, Scorpio is next. Scorpio, you need to remember to forgive yourself. Here's Pelican energy reminding you to forgive. Let go of your judgments. So Scorpio, if you're being hard on yourself or hard on others, remember to embrace the pelican energy, to let go of some of those harsh feelings and judgments. Okay, just gonna shuffle a little bit here. And I'm curious as to how many of us are water signs in this group. I'm a water sign. I'm wondering if we have a lot of them, just because like attracts like. We're typically emotional, and I know a lot of you are empaths, so it's just interesting. Oh dear. Okay, did I do Scorpio? I hope not. I totally forgot Virgo. I'm sorry. My list here got jumbled up. So this is for Virgo. Virgo is to retreat, turtle energy. So you may want to go inward a little bit, Virgo. Stop trying to make something happen. Remember, there's divine timing at play, and so things are going to unfold as they're meant to be. So just hold on to that turtle and enjoy the ride. Looks like a fun thing to do, to go into the ocean there. All right, Libra. Libra. Oh my gosh, this card keeps popping out. Okay. Libra is squirrel again. Be prepared. Get ready, Libra. Libra, the ones who balance all of us. Get ready for big changes, Libra. They're headed your way. And then we've got Scorpio. I don't know if I did Scorpio before. But here's a Scorpio card. The Scorpios here in our group are going to need courage because Lion is coming forward. So maybe you need to stand firm on your healthy boundaries, Scorpio, and ask for what you want. Okay, so that's the message from the Lion energy. And Sagittarius. All right. Sag. One of my children is Sag. Porcupine, free yourself of guilt and shame. Porcupine's about innocence. So loving yourself, remembering who you are. You know, you're simply a child. You're a child of our Creator having a human experience. So love yourself and free yourself from maybe some of your self-criticism or your own doubt. But definitely embrace that porcupine throughout the year of 2021. Capricorn, here we are. Cappies. Ooh, Capricorn is about raven magic. So Capricorns, how about you step into your power? We're waiting for you. All right, Capricorn. The raven energy has to do with magic, and there is magic all around us, and there's magic within us. So tap into that and embrace that raven. And maybe you need to use your voice a little bit more too, because it's a bird. Bird energy is about using your voice a little bit more, speaking up or singing, whatever it may be. Oh my goodness, this keeps coming out. Okay. Aquarius. Oh, just as though you really need this. Aquarians. Elephant. You get to resolve to overcome any obstacles. I know some very strong-willed, hard-headed Aquarians. So apparently they're going to embrace this resolve even more so. So I'm not saying all Aquarians are hard-headed, just so you know. I'm just saying from my experience and from where I'm sitting, the ones I've encountered, boy, you want to get something done, you go to Aquarius. They're going to get it done no matter what. And so the elephant energy is going to help them to move some of those obstacles out of the way. All right, so now, drum roll for Pisces, my sign. Wonder how many Pisceans we have in here. All right, Oh, not surprised. This is in my totem. Hawk, focus. Choose your priorities and eliminate all distractions. So, if any of you know me, you're learning to know me. I like to do a lot of things. I like to do a lot, and because I like to give a lot, and so I do lose focus sometimes, believe it or not. Not when I'm doing my intuitive readings, surprisingly, but with the other things in my life, I do lose focus. Perhaps it's that fish, that water element within me that just likes to float about. But yes, so Pisces, we need to focus on the hawk energy and choose your priorities and have focus for yourself for the year and what your objectives may be. So, does anyone have any? Oh, I'm going to say hi to everybody now. I say hi to Joyce and Rita and Rhonda and Carrie and Paula and Tracy. Thank you, thank you. So that is the forecast for 2021. Hopefully, it's been enjoyable for you to learn this, and good reminders for all of us to remember to shed some of the things that aren't working well for us, and to create the things that we really desire and what we want to do. So yes, so I'm just looking at some of the comments, making sure everything is good here. All right. Well, thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Again, I've got 2 sales going on through this evening. One is 25% off animal communication for 30 minutes, so grab that for $75. And that's the first time I've ever discounted that. It's my most popular thing that people take advantage of with my services, is that 30-minute animal communication reading. And then I also have 20% off a past life regression, which is an hour-long session. It's a private session, and we can record that, and you can go back in time and see who you were, or what maybe you want to resolve or heal of, if there's a pattern that you have of self-sabotage or abandonment or anything like that. If you want to resolve that, the past life regression will help you with that. And so that's for sale for $160, again, through midnight. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. I think we're going to have a great year. So thank you all. Be safe this holiday, and I'll see you next week. Bye.